Hey guys, Chaps here, and welcome back to another Developer Stream recap. We've got a lot of stuff to get through today, so let's hop into it.
We had a question come to us, and we kind of answered it, which was in relation to FOV on Xbox Series X and S. When we answered that question, we told you no, it's not happening. However, it's been a bit of a development. We can kind of swap this around. So we have some really good news to tell you here. We are actually going to be adding field of view to Xbox Series X and S, as well as Xbox One, in the future for Gears 5. We don't have a confirmed date, but we will be adding it to the consoles. What this means is that FOV values, just to give you an idea, there'll be 80 by default. You can go all the way down to 60, all the way up to 100.
This is great news. I mean, I personally won't change it. I'm so used to things by now, and I'm not really looking to push for the most optimized setup, so it just won't really affect me much. That said, this was the last real barrier between console and PC. Perhaps we'll see the Coalition opening up to forced crossplay in the future. And if not for Gears 5, I assume it's probably likely for any future titles now.
Anyway, I got a question from Chaps on BChaps on Reddit. By the way, congratulations on hitting 1 million total views on your YouTube channel. Great stuff. Awesome little milestone today, so congratulations for that one on Tac-Com. The arcade has some bugs that make it unplayable at times. Is there anything being done to address this? Yes, we are investigating it. Some funkiness with arcade for sure. But we're definitely looking into that for sure.
I know I'll get hate for this, but arcade is actually one of the few modes that I've been enjoying recently. Or I guess I should say, trying to enjoy. The bugs here are insane and literally make it unplayable. And I mean literally in the literal sense. Like, there's times when you can't even spawn in. Beyond that, there's things where people rubber band around even though it's low ping, and things where the score or the ring won't update on some people's screens. It's kind of a mess, so I'm glad to hear that they're actually investigating this.
Is anything going to be done about the duplicate skill cards question? So we actually can't answer this at this time.
He goes on to say that he understands it's frustrating for us to hear this, and really just me trying to read between the lines, I'm guessing it's just not going to happen. It would be great if it did, but it sounds like there are other things that are higher priority.
Are we ever going to get PvE events to be playable in private matches? We know that this is something that you and other players want to do, but at the moment we don't have any news to share on that one, sadly. But we are absolutely aware of the need, as it were, for that for sure. Why is there some hesitation in regards to buffing up the promotional classes? So spoke to Michael Shannon about this, and he has gone back to us and said that we had to decide between working on these classes compared to bringing new enemies and events to PvE with the limited capacity you have. So the decision was made to go with the enemies and events, and also players will see more of this in Drop 2.
So the bad news is that promotional classes won't be getting any changes. But the interesting takeaway that I took from this is him saying adding new enemies. What do you think this could be? Have we seen all the campaign enemies now? I don't know how much is left to add on that front. They certainly aren't going to be making up new enemies this late in the game. So my mind shifts instantly to the Locust, or even the Lambent, but probably the Locust. They've said in the past that the AI is time-consuming or expensive to work on, but perhaps some Terminator event reskin style things could be in the work where they just put Locust skins on some of the existing Swarm AI. In the past they said they didn't want to do it like that. Like, if you're going to do it right. But maybe their plans have changed. What do you all think? What could we be seeing in terms of new enemies? Oh, and I guess this confirms new enemies and new events for the mid-drop. I'm kind of wondering if the new map, which seems kind of graveyard-themed, is going to go along with a new event with these new enemies. Maybe like the Locust rising from the grave or something? I don't know, it could be pretty cool.
Hush000 also asks about the Jack nerf with the ammo boxes. So to give you all some context, with Operation 6, there was an update that removes ammo boxes after each wave in Horde. That was actually intentional. And the reason it was intentional, as what I've got back to me, was this was an infinite ammo exploit that was fixed in Title Update 13, which is Operation 6. We wanted to continue to allow Jack to move ammo boxes, which we had enabled post-launch in response to player feedback, but without the ability to infinitely duplicate ammo boxes. Can they fix the please fix the safe room issue? It takes too long to open. I can tell you this issue is known. This issue has a fix on the way. We do not have a confirmed date for it.
I was actually tuning in live at this time, which is not something I normally do for these streams. But if I read the chat correctly, it sounds like they actually have this fix in, so I imagine the next title update will fix it, probably in the mid-operation drop.
Can you address the TDM glitch with people can't spawn into the game? Yes, I can. It is on our Trello board as a known issue. We do know about it. There is a bug in for it at the moment. I don't have a date for you on a fix, but I can tell you a bug is in for it. Zealot counter scrim with sound. Yes, we're looking to add the counter scrim to the Zealots. Can we introduce monthly hives and monthly horde maps for extra rewards? This question asked by Agonize. Got an answer from Michael Shannon on this one, which is we feel as though the amount of extra rewards being offered through the daily/featured maps is in a good place. So currently, no to that one. When our classes get attention in general, but more specifically the promotional classes and combat medic. So the combat medic, Michael has put this in, so I'm going to say it, which is combat medic is actually going to get some buffs in the mid-operation job.
So the bad news, no, promo classes aren't getting buffs. We already covered that. But it does seem like they're still open to doing some tuning changes to other classes. My guess is that the promo ones are just so far off the mark right now that it would be too much time to fix them. The other classes, on the other hand, just need minor tweaks, so maybe we'll be seeing some small changes here or there down the line.
Any plans to bring back the character banners and blood sprays, which were pre-op 5 rewards for reaching level 18 with classes in PvE? If yes, when is it likely to happen? So right now they're up in the air. What I mean by that is you would have seen quite recently we actually put in the Clayton banner as a purchase in the store. We don't actually have any plans for them, so as it stands, we're going to continue to offer them in the store until we can figure out what we're going to be doing with them. Will Anya ever get her hands fixed? I don't have really an update in regards to that. Next one is, will Colonel Hoffman get proper voice lines? Yes, he will. It's a bug where currently he speaks as Marcus. And the green discoloration on the heroic Venom Nasher get fixed for the Swarm. Actually should have been fixed in Operation 6. I remember writing a patch note for that. So if that is still broken, definitely want to be aware of that and chase it up.
Okay, so on the Anya thing. Come on, people. It's been like that since Gears 4. And actually, maybe even Gears 3, honestly. Give it a rest. They're not going to change it. Maybe they'll fix it for Gears 6 or whatever, but you really shouldn't be expecting anything for Gears 5 at this point.
When are bots coming back to quick play? They are actually going to be going back to quick play. Currently, we have a bug. It is on our Trello, and also we are chasing up. There is currently a bug that is stopping us getting bots back into quick play properly, but we are looking to actually get that done. And can more events be added on a larger variety of maps? And we got an answer from Michael on this one, which is we have heard feedback from recent events being set on one map, for example, Predator Hunt, and we are going to be trying to bring back a larger variety of events, maps for future events. Are there any plans for playlist organization changes? Yes, we do, but they are not going to be coming to Operation 7.
I'm kind of disappointed by this. I don't know what it is, but I'm not really digging the playlist organization right now. Maybe I'm just bored of everything, or maybe it's the lack of single life modes, but there's just not really any playlist that really has me excited right now. Also, back when Op 6 launched, they said there were some big PvP changes coming for the mid-drop. I predicted this would be playlist organization stuff, but I guess that's not it. I wonder what those changes could be then.
Arcade and Guardian are the only playlist allowing for 5 players, which breaks apart a squad of 5 who just finished a Horde match, for example. Not a huge deal, but something to think about, and that was a question from someone. Got an answer from Jonathan Taylor, which is we are going to be making adjustments with Op 7 to make all of quick play 5v5.
Oh, I like this. I feel that 4v4 is optimal for the highly competitive lobbies, but for someone like me who enjoys just playing quick match, I feel that 5v5 is the way to go.
Is there more heroic stuff coming? Yes, there is more heroic stuff coming. That's about all I could say, of course, but yes, there is more heroic stuff coming.
If I had to guess, we'll probably see some stuff along the lines of the Road to Gears 5 challenges that we saw near the end of Gears 4. As the population starts to dwindle, they'll probably use some heroic stuff as an incentive to pull people back in.
Is UE getting an update to matchmaking to make it easier to start a game? There's a request that went in to see if what we can do. The request, to just so you all understand what the request is to tweak it so you can start the game with only 2 players.
So yeah, not really going to help you get great matches in UE, but at least it will allow people to get some achievements, I guess.
Can new weapons from past Gear games return? I think it's been confirmed more or less that the Scorcher was the last weapon, as it were, being added. There are no plans to add any new weapons, as it were, to Gears 5. Community hives in the featured section. Escape really needs some love. I believe Agonize, unfortunately, that Michael did shoot that down because those hives are created differently to how the main maps are created, or excuse me, the main hives are created in Gears 5. Is there fixes to the boom? Or I presume you mean when sometimes you shoot the boom shot at someone and it doesn't kill them? I don't believe there's any fixes coming up, but we definitely know about the issue. It has been flagged.
And that does it for this week's recap. As a bit of a bonus here, Shawnee asked for some feedback about the stream. They're still trying to nail things down with their format, so I figured I'd throw some feedback in here. To start with, the less frequent streams are definitely the way to go. I really like how they could put up the question collection threads over a week in advance, and it definitely allowed them to get some better answers. I will say that with less frequent streams, in order to get the most out of them, it would certainly be ideal to have a developer each week. Oh, and I can't help but say it, having a community member on would certainly help too. Besides that, there's really just 2 areas of improvement that I'd suggest. First up is something that Sean's already addressed, and that's that he should probably be in the lobby, even if just spectating, so that he can see what's going on in the match. The other thing is that there were a lot of "I don't knows," or a lot of "I'll have to follow up with someone on that" type of responses. That's fine, I get that the community team can't know everything, but I'm hoping there's some accountability there. Like, in the past we heard Dana say that they'd check on something, or that they'd follow up, like he said that all the time. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, because 9 times out of 10 he wouldn't report back the answer. And honestly, if it was brought up again, he'd usually give the same "I'll need to check on that" type answer. I'm just hoping that we finally get some follow-through on these questions. But yeah, that's it. I thought it was a pretty good stream. As usual, it's linked down below if you want to check it out in full. And while you're down there, go ahead and drop this a like or subscribe if you like these recaps. Thanks for watching everyone, and I will catch you next time.